Hey, Mike, in terms of Gino, after playing in those last 4 games, did he sustain a setback that caused him to miss game 1, or did he just not progress the way that you expected in the final games of the regular season?
It's just been part of the process that Gino's been going through. He's obviously trying to get back as soon as he can for us right now. Uh, his status is still day to day. He's a game time decision. He practiced with us today, and we'll take each day as it comes.
Taylor Haas.
Hey, Mike, do you have an update on Brian Dumoulin or Casey DeSmith?
Casey did not skate today. His status is still day to day. Dumo was a maintenance day today.
Seth.
Mike, yesterday, 2 of the goals they were scored, the one by Brock Nelson and the one by Kasperi Kapanen that was quickly after that, each involved the defenseman kind of being used as screens. How difficult is that for an attacking player to kind of master that skill or figure out that tactic? And conversely, how difficult is it for a defending player to avoid being a screen inadvertently?
Well, I think when you look at the goal scorers in the league, a lot of them utilize that strategy. You know, it's obviously it's a lot. Your chances of scoring are better when the goalie sight lines are impeded. So, anytime you have an opportunity to use bodies as a screen to make it more difficult for the goalie to pick up the puck off the release, it increases your chances to score. And the goal scorers, I think, instinctively understand that, whether it's conscious or subconscious. That's part of what makes them as good as they are and makes them the goal scorers that they are. You know, when you look at goal scoring in general in this league and how goals are scored, a lot of it involves some sort of screen or traffic where the goalie sight lines are impeded.
Mike, in terms of physical play, the areas you like to emphasize, one-on-one puck battles, wall, net front, how'd your team do versus how you'd like it to do in game 1?
Well, I thought it was a pretty even game, and that's our coach's assessment of the game from every statistics that we track, from scoring chances to grade A scoring chances to offensive zone territory time. It was a pretty even game. So we had moments in the game where I thought we were pretty good, and we controlled territory. We won some wall battles. We won some puck battles. We were good at the net fronts at both ends of the rink. There were other areas, other times in the game when we weren't quite as good, and the Islanders were better than us. So, can we improve in that area? Of course we can. That's always an area where we strive to get better. I don't know that we ever arrive as a team as it relates to that. We're going to push our guys to get better in that aspect of the game on a daily basis. It's such an important aspect of winning, and that physicality, as you defined it, I think is important for our team.
Rob Rossi.
Like when you played those guys, I think 5 or 6 times in a matter of a few weeks earlier in the season, did you notice as those games went on, your players became more effective at sort of playing fast, but also being patient and taking what was given to them? And I wonder if there's any extrapolation to that to what a 7-game series might be against this team.
I just think the more you play a team, the more there's familiarity, and you try to play a game that allows you to play to your strengths. And so, with technology and the preparation process as it is, I also think the amount of times that we played one another this year, and with the schedule set up the way it was, I don't know that there are any secrets. I think the Islanders are well aware of the identity of the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I think we're well aware of their identity as well and how we need to play to have success. So it's really about going out, and it's about effort, it's about execution, and making sure that we try to get to our game as early and as often as we can. I know that's what the Islanders are trying to do, and we're trying to do the same thing.
We have 2 more. Matt Bensel.
Hey, Mike, I kind of got a 2-parter for you. I'm curious how you thought your team fared against their forecheck, and then also, what did you think about the decisions your team made at the blue line, particularly when exiting your zone in transition?
Well, I thought there were moments in the game when we handled their pressure very well. There were other moments when we didn't, and I think that's hockey. I think that the decisions where we could have been better was on the offensive zone entry more so than the exits out of our end. And And that's always such an important area of the rink, and making good decisions, because that a lot of times is going to dictate which end of the ice you play in. And when you execute and make good decisions in that area of the rink, you force teams to have to play 200 feet. You don't feed their transition game. And that's an area of the rink we talk about a lot as a group.
Last question, Jim Colony.
Yeah, Mike, how was Tristan's mindset today, and how would you expect him to perform in game 2?
I think Tristan is in a good spot from a mindset standpoint, and we're confident that Tristan will respond and be at his best. You know, Tristan's played a lot of real good hockey for us, and in particular in the second half of this season. He's been a big reason why we were able to win the division, and we believe he'll respond the right way to game 2.